Today, Baba is revising many points of knowledge for us. And Baba says that earlier we used to follow the dictates of the devil, and now we are receiving the dictates or directions of Shiv Baba, who is called the truth. We say Satyam Shivam Sundaram. We say God is the truth. And that Baba who speaks only the truth is now telling us the truth, giving us the directions. And earlier we were following the directions of Ravan. And ever since Copper Age begins, Ravan starts playing his role. So the 5 vices come into action, and they then start dictating our ideas. So our perception of who I am, who God is, or what's going on in the world, where did we come from, what is our aim of life, is all dictated by the vices ever since we enter Copper Age. And because of those belief systems, we keep performing negative action, thinking that it is right action. Because the law says that what you believe dictates how you behave. Yes, and your beliefs may be, so when you have a certain belief, that belief is so strong that sometimes you cannot see the reality that is in front of you. But that belief is what dictates your actions. And even when the consequences of those actions are not great, you're not able to see the reality in front of you because it is your belief. So Baba says that the 5 vices are dictating our beliefs and also our actions ever since Copper Age. And now it has become our sanskar, and we are pretty fixed with it. But Baba tells us that I come and give you my dictates, my directions, and I tell you the truth. So Baba has given us a lot of points today, but I will cover some of them. So first point, Baba tells about ourselves. So Baba says, Baba has told us that I am an actor. Yes, and body consciousness, or what we believe in Ravan Rajya, tells us that I am what I have and what I do. Yes, but Baba says, no, you are just an actor. What you do is just a temporary role you're playing. It is not your identity. And what you have is just, what's been given to you as facilities in the scene, in the drama. It is not something that defines you or decides who you are. So, but in Ravan Rajya, you think that you are what you have and what you do. And when you think what you have and what you do is who you are, then what you have and what you do starts coloring who you are. Yes, for example, suppose I understand that my job is to be a doctor to save lives. Okay, but I am not a doctor. That's just my role. So you see, a good actor is somebody who does justice to his role. So I will do justice to my role. I will play my role well But there is a difference between playing your role well and playing your role personally. So, have you heard this expression, don't get personal? So we are getting personal in everything. So, you see, if I'm a doctor and I'm saving lives, then I am just playing the role of saving lives. I'm not the one deciding or whether so I'm not defined by how many lives I saved, or I'm not defined by if something went wrong through, uh, when I was operating somebody or I was doing something and something went wrong, then I am not wrong because something went wrong in that role. Or I am not great because I became the instrument for saving many lives. It's just an act. And it doesn't define me, it doesn't decide who I am. And the thing is, sometimes you play the role well because, so you see, playing the role is not a one man show. Yes, a film doing great or a drama doing great is not on the shoulders of the actor alone, is it? It depends on many factors. It depends on the scene. It depends on the co-actors. It depends on many things. It depends on the script. So sometimes you are doing your role very well, but it is not in your script that in the script that that person will be saved or that life will be saved. So then you have to understand that you are just an actor playing your role. And how well you play your role is your identity. It's not about what is the outcome of the role. And even in the world where so recently there was this one sister and she told me that she was doing some acting in some stage drama. She was a theater actor. And then she was telling me how, maintaining detachment and objectivity, even while they are playing roles, becomes very difficult because it is a sanskar to take everything personally. So she said that, if the drama didn't go well, then, I assume that I'm not a good actor. But the thing is, maybe, you are a good actor and it's just not your scene in the drama. That's, that drama is not for you right now. So maybe you are not seeing the success you should. But you are still a good actor and you have to know this. So Baba says that you are an actor and so I have to, so when we work in the world, before we come to Baba, we do not know that I'm not what I have and what I do. I think that's my identity. But now I understand what I do is a role, what I have is just what's been given to me in the scene to act my part. But I'm not all of this. I am the actor playing that role in that scene. And I have to play my role well. And how do I decide whether I played my role well or not? Because earlier I used to decide based on how many people clapped for me. Yes, because that's how we decide how many people appreciated or how much, material success came out of it. But then now you have to understand that you are the actor. And if you understand the script, if you understand the directions of the director, and you are playing your role to your satisfaction, to the director's satisfaction, and according to the script, then you are a good actor. Yes, doesn't matter whether it met success or not. So Baba says that I am the director. I am giving you directions about how to play the role. I am giving you directions about the script, what time it is, what is your role. You have to prepare to go back home and come to the world of heaven. So your role right now is to purify yourself, accumulate yoga power, and do the seva that transforms this world into heaven. So Baba says, I'm telling you about the script, I'm telling you about the time and what role you need to play, and I'm telling you how you should play this role. And if you follow my directions, then you're a good actor. So an actor doesn't have to see other things. An actor just has to know the script and the director and play his role accordingly. So Baba says this, and then Baba tells us that, so this is the truth, and the belief is completely opposite. And many people, they think that beliefs are not important because, when you try telling them you are a soul and not a body, then many people say that, how does it matter whether I'm a body or a soul? Yes, but what you believe decides how you behave. It is very, very subtle. If your beliefs are not accurate, your behavior can never be accurate. And if your behavior is not accurate, the outcome can never be accurate. So it is believing, behaving, and receiving. This is the law. If you don't have the right belief, then you're not doing the right thing and you're not getting the right result. That's how it will follow. And this is how it has been since Copper Age. And it is Baba who makes us, realize this. And you see, let me give you a very simple example. So I conduct classes every day. So this is my role. This is not me. This is my Sangam Yogi role. Earlier I used to play Kali Yogi role. Now I'm into Sangam Yogi role. But this is also a role. And whether I am a good soul or not is not decided by how many children actually belong to Baba because of the classes. No. When I follow Baba's directions, and it's not limited to this limited role of giving teachings, but it is limited to, it is about every second of the day. If I'm waking up in Amrit Vela, if I'm listening to Baba's Murli in Baba's remembrance, if I'm paying attention to divine virtues, if I'm paying attention to being knowledgeful and powerful all day, if I'm serving with thought, word, and deed all day, if I'm being a good example to everybody who is around me, at least I'm trying to be a good example. I'm not trying to misguide anybody with my thought, word, and deed. I'm not vicious. I'm taking care of being virtuous. Then I am a good actor. Then I'm good. And it has got nothing to do with any role that I play. Yes, because maybe I play the role of, a family member, or we also have Lokik families, right? So whether, I play the role of a wife or a daughter-in-law or, a teacher or whatever roles I've been given, I play all of that. But then all those roles is not me. And if I'm playing all those roles on Baba's Srimad and in a state of Baba's remembrance, then I'm a good actor. So Baba says, and it doesn't matter, sometimes even when you do the right thing, people may be discontent with you. But then how do you get over self-doubt if you are always measuring your success by how many people are happy with you? So if somebody is vicious and they have vicious expectations, they will not be happy if you're following Baba's directions. But then you don't have to have self-doubt, because you know that you are doing what you're supposed to do. And an actor is answerable to the director. I'm just playing a role here. And, when you're playing your role, you may be the hero, but you may be beaten up sometimes. But that doesn't mean you're not the hero. So Baba says that many a times, you are in a scene, and so these things have to be churned, and you have to realize that, so knowing is one thing, but you have to sit and deeply think about yourself, because we have spent 63 births in this awareness that I am what I have and what I do. So just think about whether that's true. And when you think about that and come to that place of, realization that that's not true, then things will be different. Wait a second. So, so maybe we'll be able to see something. There's no light. So, then you see, second thing Baba tells us is that our beliefs about Baba. Now, in the world, we have beliefs about who Baba is, where he lives, what he does, and those beliefs are not aligned with the truth. So, Baba tells us what the truth is. And Baba tells us that we believe something which may or may not be true. And we have to check it with Srimad whether what we believe is true or not. So the first thing that Baba tells us is that people believe that you are God, or you are a part of God. Yes, so people believe that, the soul is a part of God, and God and the soul are same. Yes, but Baba says no. So we all come from that place of belief where we think that God is omnipresent and He is present in all of us, and then I am also a part of God. But then if you believe that you are God, then how can you be better than yourself? How can you improve yourself? So God is the highest. And if I am God, or I am a part of God, then I am also equally high, right? Then there is nobody higher than me. And if you do not believe that somebody is higher than you, then how can you do better than yourself? Yes, so you have to believe that there is someone who is better than you, higher than you, and you have to take the help of that someone to become better than yourself. But if you believe that you are the ultimate and you are God, and you are not somebody who has to take the help of God, but God is there inside you, then how will you make yourself better, or how will you improve yourself? So this is the question that Baba asks us, and Baba says, I am Karan Karavan Har. I am an actor, I am the principal actor in this drama, and I am the one who makes you do acts. So I'm not you, I'm not I'm not omnipresent, I'm not the soul. So the soul is the soul and Baba is Baba. And Baba says that when you take 84 births, so Baba gives us a distinction between the soul and God. And what is the major distinction? The soul comes into 84 births, one after the other, maximum, and minimum one. But God doesn't take rebirth. God doesn't take 5, 10, 20 births. And Baba says, you have this part, and it is your part to get depleted because you take birth after birth after birth. So you lose your spiritual energy. And you change from the highest state of purity to the most impure. And I don't take births. I live in the soul world and I am ever pure, I am ever knowledgeful, ever powerful. And then I come and resuscitate you. And Baba says, you are damaged to a big degree. And this cannot happen through inspiration. Yes, Baba says, I cannot give you all these directions through inspiration. Many people think that God will do everything through inspiration and He'll just inspire everybody and everybody will, start doing something else. But so it is strange that A, people believe that God is within you, and B, they say that God will inspire you. But then how can you inspire yourself if you are the one who is uninspired? Yes, so when you are uninspired, you need an inspirer. How can you be both? That's not possible. And second thing Baba says, I cannot change you, or I cannot teach you or give you directions through inspiration. Because Baba says that you are in a very depleted state. You are not in a state to receive inspiration. Yes, so do you know that for any signal to pass from one to another, the giver and the receiver both have to operate together? Do you think we are in a state to receive inspirations from God? So if God created a thought, would it reach us? Are you in a state where you are able to receive the thought of the person sitting next to you in physical form, expressing themselves, in verbal, non-verbal, every which way? So people are, we are not able to receive the thoughts of those who we live with, who are physically there, who we not only, it's not about just receiving thoughts, but, body language, words, everything they are using. There is all kinds of communication and still there is communication gap. Yes, so communication gap is the reality of Kali Yuga. And then do you think that we will be able to receive inspirations from God if God gave them? No, absolutely not. So Baba says that I have to come and tell you the truth. And I tell you the truth that I'm not you and you don't become me. You are a soul. You have your own cycle. You change from the most pure to the most impure. You come on this stage, you take 84 births, and with every birth you deplete yourself, and then you come to the state of impurity. And I do not take rebirth. I do not lose my, quality. That is why I'm called Sadashiv, the one who is always high, the highest on high. So Baba says, I am the one who is the, who is the ultimate, and I have to come and rescue you. So this is one big distinction between what people think in the world, the devilish dictates and godly dictates, because the basic premise is If you believe that you are the highest, how can you be better than yourself? You can never be better than yourself. And you need God, I remember there was this one brother, and his father is a doctor, and his father was not able to treat his illness. So then, the brother, he said, I think I will never be treated. I will die like this. Then you know what the father said? So he said, you know what? I'm not the ultimate. The ultimate is God. So even if I can't treat you, there is still hope. Yes, so God can treat you. And you must know that He's there and have faith in God. So although, he doesn't know God, he doesn't have the introduction of Shiv Baba. But just knowing that I am somebody who is depleted, who is, in a powerless state today, that's okay. I may have my limitations, may have my issues, I may have my problems, but there is somebody out there who is not me. So I'm not God, somebody who is not me, who is out there, and that somebody is very powerful. And that somebody is full of love for me. And this is also one big belief system, that people think that God also judges you. But God never judges you or punishes you. He's the ocean of love. Baba doesn't have anything other than love, so he cannot give you anything other than love. Baba is not the ocean of judgment or punishment. Yes, and then Baba says that we say that God is our father, teacher, Satguru, mother, brother, guide. So we say all these things, but then we never know Baba practically in that manner. And Baba says, I am the one who comes and gives you a practical relationship of a parent, teacher, Satguru with Baba. And Baba says, when you understand me as I am, then you are able to take the benefit of me. So Baba says, I am your teacher, and when you know me as the teacher, the one who comes and teaches, yes, so it is the incorporeal who comes and teaches us. Baba is Karan Karavan Har. He comes and gives us directions and tells us what to do. So this Karan Karavan Har title of Baba is very interesting, because Baba says, my act is to give directions. My act is to make you do something. So that is my role. And I cannot make you do something by inspiration. I have to come, talk to you, give you love, give you power, give you everything. And you cannot take that in a subtle way, because you are very physically, you are in physical consciousness. So I have to come to this physical world and give you everything in a very physical way. Baba says, you listen through the ears, you don't listen through the buddhi. Yes, are you communicating with people through thoughts? No, if you could, you would, right? But you couldn't, you can't, that's not your state right now. So you communicate through words, and even then, you don't get it. And that's why I have to come and speak. And when I speak also, you don't get it. So I have to speak and revise and again tell you. So every day I have to keep hammering on the same thing until you get it. Because this is the only way to come and practically be your father and teacher. So this is the truth about Baba that Baba tells us. And in the world, what we believe about Baba is very different from the truth. And then Baba tells us that you have these beliefs about time, and people think that the cycle is millions of years old, and then 40,000 years to Kali Yuga. Yes, still there are 40,000 years left for Kali Yuga to end. But Baba says, no, I am giving you the knowledge. It is now or never. Kali Yuga is at its end, and now you have to, I am here and I am preparing you. I am giving you the directions so that you prepare yourself to go to Satyug. And if you follow those, then you go to Satyug. If you believe, if you understand the truth, realize the truth, that this is the end and it is now or never. So do you realize this is the end? Yes. So do you know that realization is an aspect of buddhi? Realization has got nothing to do with what you see or what you hear. Yes, so you see, these days, if you look around, there is so much, there is the scene of war, natural calamities, floods, whatnot. Yes, civil wars all around, nuclear wars all around, everywhere, it's going on. And still, people refuse to accept that this is the end. Yes, so Baba says that it's not something, it's not that, at the end people will realize it's the end. No. If you have faith in Baba and you listen to Baba, you will realize it. And if you don't have faith, then even if it's at your doorstep. There's the story of Kumbhakaran. And Kumbhakaran used to keep sleeping. And even when, the attackers, they used to come on the door and bang the door, you wouldn't wake up. So that is the story of the people in the world right now. So Baba says, and I'm not telling you that this Kali Yuga is going to end so that you become more fearful or insecure. I'm telling you because forewarned is forearmed. So I'm telling you that I'm here to prepare you for the new world that's coming. And when you realize that this is going and that is coming, then you prepare yourself for the new world. Because you cannot go anywhere without preparation. And you see, people have such foolish beliefs in the world that you just die and go to heaven. You were rotting in hell and then one day you die and suddenly you are eligible to go to heaven. What makes you eligible to go to heaven? Yes, so Baba says you cannot go to heaven just like that. You have to have those divine sanskars to go to heaven. You need to do the work to purify yourself to go to heaven. Yes, and I remember there was this one brother, and when he died, his wife came, and his wife, she didn't stay with him all his life. She stayed separate, and she didn't allow her children to meet him, and this and that. And then when he died, she came and asked whether my husband would go to heaven or not. So I said, you did not think your husband was eligible to live with you. Yes, so I didn't tell her that he's not eligible to go to heaven. I told her, you are not eligible to ask this question. Why are you concerned today? So all of a sudden, when people die, other people change their attitude towards them. But it's the same soul, If you're suffering here, what makes you think that just leaving the body will end your suffering? No. You are suffering because of who you are. And if you continue to be that, then how will the suffering end? So Baba tells us that this is the end and the beginning. Baba says this is a cycle, and in a cycle there is no absolute end. Every end is a new beginning. And Baba says at this time the Kali Yuga is ending and the Satyug is being created. So you have to prepare yourself for going to that new world. And then Baba also tells us the truth about Brahma, Vishnu, Shankar, about deities, and about what was there 2,500 years ago, because people never think that Sri Lakshmi Narayan, Sri Ram, Sita, they ruled, they lived in this world, in this very earth they treaded, and they had their kingdom here. So Baba tells us that I tell you the truth about everything. And when you align your buddhi with the truth, then your buddhi discerns and decides correctly, and then you create actions which create a good fortune for you. Okay, Om Shanti.